Been a long
Tonight is
day.
not the night.
It's no, it's not the night at all. It's been a long, long
And
day.
that's all, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Off
It's
Kilter
been a
today.
long
All right,
time ago.
all right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 30 of Off Kilter. Am I the
Ladle.
damn it? We'll be reading. We're going to be reading.
Ladle.
We're going to be reading more Am I the Asshole posts on Reddit. We loved it so much last time that we're doing a part 2 for it. He's still going.
Sorry.
Wee woo.
Wait, do I get to do a fun fact? When do I get to do the fun fact? Because I learned one today. I sent it to April.
Let me introduce everybody first. We'll get to that after. But if you guys haven't seen the show before or haven't first time listener, let me introduce everybody. If you are on YouTube, below me you have Survival Amazon 88. She is a horror streamer, mostly Dead by Daylight. She also plays Lawn Dark. I think I got the name of the title wrong. I don't know. But
The Long Dark.
the
Yes,
Long Dark.
Long
I
Dark.
knew I was
Long
missing.
Dark.
I was missing a word. I know.
Whole
But
fucking word. Yeah.
but this is April.
Hello.
Every time I get her to do this, she gets that embarrassed just a little bit. So next to April, we have our guest today. He is a return guest from an earlier episode. He is T-Smooth24. He is a variety streamer. Welcome to the show, man. I appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime, man.
Always.
And above T, who is again taking Croissant's spot, we have Thorns and Roses, who is also a variety streamer. She does her schedule consists of a Mellow Monday, Planet Tycoon, a Planet Zoo, and Dead by Daylight with the Girl Squad.
A small child. Small child.
Small child.
Look at her.
So there's a small
Hi,
child.
little jelly bean.
There's a small child
she
that has entered the
precious.
screen.
She's so
You
cute.
can say hi if you want, or you just want to climb on me.
I think she just wants to climb. I think she just wants to see Daddy.
She's so cute. Oh, he's so cute.
I'm gonna keep you noticing. Yeah.
Oh, there she goes. There she goes. Maddie's so happy.
Kitty,
So
this is
cute.
Rembrandt. This is the other one. This is one of the boys.
She's like, nope, don't want the cat.
Oh, you see cat? You see the kitty?
Remy, can you wave? Can you do your best boy wave?
Kitty?
Get you a best boy. Wait.
Oh my god.
You was about to leave until you saw the cat, huh?
Yeah, she
Well,
was.
it's different with a cat.
There she goes.
You can go. Bye.
Be gone, you.
Yes, Maddie is an eager beaver. She really, actually, I think she enjoys doing the fact more than Alex
I
does.
love fun facts. Like if you just hang out with me, I just spit out facts.
Yeah. So to finish the introduction for Maddie, she is a variety streamer and all of that fun stuff, all the games I mentioned before. Her name is Maddie Thorns and Roses. Maddie, what fun fact do we have today?
Wow. Have you ever heard of the penis fencing flatworm?
No, I have not.
Okay, so they're sea creatures that they all of them are hermaphrodites, so they can be both inseminated and be the inseminator. So they have dual-headed penises, and when they find each other in the wild, they just kind of fucking duke it out and battle each other until one of them can stab the other and inseminate them.
Lovely.
And because the burden is carrying the eggs, so they actually try and be the one to not be the pregnant one, basically.
Wow.
It's like a full-on fight. Be like, you fucking take them, you take them, and then they jab you. And they...
If only we can do that.
Jesus, it sounds like divorce court.
It's pretty intense, especially since they probably never met before. So
Probably not.
Amazing.
No. Hurt says, no offense, Teaspoon, but I prefer Maddie's child.
That's crazy.
they're equally good, but mine I don't have to pay $3,500 a year or send it to college. So
$3,500 a year.
Uncle Ramlin goes, there's you three, then colorful Maddie. Yes, Maddie
Maddie
is
is the flower child of.
she
of
is
our
the flower child.
group. We like it.
So before we get to Am I the Asshole stories, we'll let you guys know that if you guys want to stay with us with Twitch Live, I do it on my channel, twitch.tv/bz, at 8 p.m. on the Saturdays, and then Off Kilter comes out Mondays at 5 p.m. So, I think that's all I really need to say at the moment. And why don't we get started? Because we have a lot of stories to go through.
Let's do it.
Let's go. So I have a short one here. This one is called Am I the Asshole for a Pose I Did in Front of a Boyfriend's Family/Friends by AITA.
Pose?
It's HYJHHA.
YJA.
Yeah, it's a very odd spelling. So, I, 24 female, was a gymnast in college, and I've gotten used to that being a topic of discussion when around new people. A few days ago, I was hanging out by the pool with my boyfriend, some of his friends, and family, and one of his cousins asked me if I could still do all the moves and stretches. I played along, put my drink, and did a standing split, lifting my leg and holding it behind my head. It was seemingly normal, cute moment, whatever. People clapped, we laughed, move on. Anyway, my boyfriend's sister mentioned to me that she thought it was an inappropriate thing for me to do in that setting. She said it was suggestive to do that in a bikini in front of a mixed audience. I told her I didn't agree. It was a very basic gymnast, even yoga pose. Just all in good fun. Now I'm getting the cold shoulder. Am I the asshole? Was I being naive?
No.
That makes her an asshole, but I definitely think, well, depending on the bikini, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that with everything staying in, so maybe it might
Okay, but if you're like hanging out with your friends and like someone's like, hey, do you remember how to do that thing? And you're like, yeah, I remember how to do that thing. You don't give a fuck that you're wearing a bikini.
Mm-hmm.
You're not thinking about it. You're just having a good time.
So the bad part is like if it's a swimming pool party or something, you're around family and stuff, doesn't even matter. Like it's not like she's doing it in like a lewd fashion.
No, she's not.
There's nothing sexy about those things. I just find it remarkable people can do that because I know I can't.
Yeah, if you're like sitting there being like, oh my god, she looks so hot doing that. I'm like, holy shit, she can bend her fucking leg like that? I can't touch my toes. Get your head out of your ass, boyfriend.
Pretty much.
It was the boyfriend's sister, not the boyfriend.
Sorry, boyfriend's sister. That's, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's just
you're
projecting.
Like just because you don't want to look slutty elsewhere doesn't mean that other people can't look slutty elsewhere, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Even if she was a slut, we don't slut shame in this house.
Yeah.
All right. So, by Weird Marzipan 7739, am I the asshole for refusing to financially help my estranged twin? I, 30 female, am estranged from my twin, also 30 female, if that wasn't obvious enough, because she objects to my working as a cam girl. And even though I have never done anything inappropriate, I'm very unassuming. I look like a girl next door, so people won't know unless I tell them. Around her kids, who are 12 male, 9 female, and 5 male. Because of my job, citing I'd be a bad influence, even though I would have completely kept my mouth shut about my job. It hurt that I was denied a relationship with my nibblings. Okay. But there was nothing I could do. Like her nieces and
your
nephews.
Siblings, nieces, and nephews.
Yeah.
Never heard that one before.
Neither have I. I was shocked when
That's new.
Other word. Yeah. So her nieces and nephews. Yeah. Anyway, she's a single mom. The youngest has cancer. His father is not in the picture, although he pays child support. It's very little because he doesn't make much. And the bills have gone through the roof, and now her landlord is threatening to begin the eviction process as she's very behind on her rent and other bills. She contacted me after not speaking to me for years and begged me to borrow money. I said, you do realize this money would come from my camming job, right? The one you estranged with me over and wouldn't let me have a relationship with your kids? She said, I know, and I don't need this right now, and I'm desperate and I need help. He's your nephew. Our parents are living on Social Security and cannot afford to financially help, but they do babysit the 2 older ones frequently. My husband and I do well financially, so we could afford it. I told her, you disowned me as your sister, and since you're not my sister, he can't be my nephew. Disowning your family is a permanent decision, and I wouldn't want you having money from a sinful source, as you put it. Am I the asshole? This one's a little mixed. in my opinion.
I don't think she's the asshole for how she feels because her sister was a C word about it. But at the same time, child has cancer.
Yep, it's
I would put aside my rightful feelings about my shitty sister and be like, I'm doing this to save the kid. What's best for the kids. I would do
even
it
though
for
I don't
her.
have a relationship with this kid, don't worry, I'll save their life. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
Spite, if not anything else.
That's the info / update. Not even worth reading.
Yeah, I would do it. I don't think she's an asshole.
Okay, so you don't think she's an asshole, April?
For not paying? She is an asshole.
She's not paying.
Oh, I thought you said she was paying.
No, I told her you disowned me as your sister, and since you're not my sister, he can't be my nephew. Disowning your family is a permanent decision, and I wouldn't want you having money from a sinful source, as you put it. So she did not pay.
She's not paying.
She is.
Yeah, am I the asshole for refusing to financially help my estranged twin?
Yeah, then that makes her an asshole.
Yeah, because when you throw a child, throw like a variable of a child in that situation, yeah, you
one that has cancer.
Yeah.
That's not
now if she was asking for it to pay bills and she said no, that's understandable. But this is a child with cancer.
Yeah. A little different. You gotta put away your feelings for that.
Yeah.
You would at least help to some degree. Like, even if not all of it, like, you do something.
Yeah.
Be like, also, you're dropping the kids off at my place because I'm going to meet my niece and nephew and hang out with them.
So I'm just reading the comment.
These are my kids now. This is ransom until we've cleared the air. Okay? Bring those things over.
So I'm looking at the top comments, stuff like that. A lot, like, they're saying not the asshole. Yeah.
Then their emotions control logic at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they just don't care about kids. They could just be assholes.
So this is like the starting thread 6 hours ago. They say not the asshole. She's only come to you because she's desperate. I doubt she'd maintain the relationship once she's got your money. I feel sorry for your nephew, but as you say, he's basically a stranger as his mother hasn't let you form a relationship because you're a sinful person. Perhaps the local church can help her with money. She's obviously big on sin and morality.
You also don't know what was said in that conversation.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah. That's completely out of context. You don't know the entire
you don't know what estranged has been.
Yeah, you are taking
because
one
like
side
my
of the
sister and I were estranged for a couple years, and like we didn't talk outside of family events, but we saw each other at family events. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, for sure.
I haven't seen my sister in over 10 years.
Absolutely.
I rarely talk to her. I don't think it counts as estranged though. I wish her happy birthday on her birthday, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, just give me a sec. I'm noticing that every time I switch over to the to back out of the page, the audio kind of skips. So I'm just gonna read it off my phone. Just give me a sec to find it again.
Gotcha.
Search right there's.
I don't speak to my sister. The only time I hear from her is when she wants money. Yeah, sus.
Yeah, that is pretty sus.
But
she tried
if
to
you
guilt
just like
trip me
being about it, then do it.
Okay, so am I the asshole for asking my fiance to remove her K-pop tattoo? By Healthy Television 22.
Oh, even that name sounds like a bitch. Healthy Television. Shut up. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. It's a long one. Okay. I, 32M, am engaged to Laura, 27F, and Laura has a tattoo that I have an issue with. Laura is in quotation, so it's not her real name.
Her name, yeah, that's fine.
When she was 18, 19ish, she got a tramp stamp tattoo of a mascot of her favorite K-pop group that use a bunny rabbits that represent them. The one she has wears a red mask bandana, since that's the one that represents her favorite member of the group. Ever since the first time I've seen this tattoo and she explained the meaning, I've sort of had an issue with it for two reasons. One, the tattoo is in representation of another man, and to me, it feels like she has branded herself for that man. Two, I view K-pop as a childish thing and expect tweens to be into it. Like
Stop talking. No, you're an asshole. End of story. Next one. Fuck you. I don't like K-pop, so you shouldn't get to enjoy it. You're an adult.
The
Bro,
tattoo
go
of another
fuck yourself.
man? Are you kidding
So
me?
that's like saying I can't listen to like I can't listen to the Disney soundtrack.
I was gonna say, you
grew
can't
up
watch
on that.
Disney movies? How dare you? That's childish. How dare you have a fucking shred of joy in this shit pool of a universe? Like, go
Alright.
fuck off. No. You're
Imagine
the
telling
asshole.
your fiance to spend thousands of dollars going through a painful procedure multiple
Painful.
times to remove a tattoo just because you're an insecure
That
little prick.
she likes.
Yeah, it's her thing. Fuck off. It's ridiculous.
Choice. Get the fuck out of here.
Tattoo from another man. Oh god, what a child.
If it was a drawing of his dick with his name under it, yeah, maybe that one I would get removed.
Yeah, so as far as I know, it's just a bunny with a red bandana, to convey her favorite member of that group.
That sounds adorable, and I hope she enjoys it.
Yep.
Okay, well, this is gonna be a funny one.
Sorry, I was gonna say that would be so funny. That would be like Nikki being like, "Get rid of your Road to El Dorado tattoo." I have the armadillo from Road to El Dorado on my ankle.
That's adorable.
Really?
Yeah, it's Bebo.
It's Bebo.
He's with the butterfly too. It's really good.
Oh my god.
That was my second tattoo. That's the one that almost broke me. Don't get your ankles tattooed, kids. It's not cool. It's not a good time.
Too late. I already have one.
Ooh, okay.
Do you really? You have your ankle tattooed? What's on your ankle?
Deathly Hollow symbol.
Oh, that's right. I knew that. I like that your stick extends. Or that you have something hanging off it.
Well, when I went in, it was like one of those the specials they had for Friday the 13th, and you can get a tattoo that was like 2 inches by 2 inches for $30. And I asked her to freehand it instead of like using a stencil.
Mm-hmm.
So it's bigger and it looks cooler that way because I wanted to look more like edgy looking. So she did it. It only took about half an hour tattoo and
mine was an hour, and it had shading, and
shading hurts.
I almost puked. I almost passed. I was like, I'm gonna die. This is how it ends for me. I was like, fucking Bebo. Like,
that was fine for the first 5 minutes or so. It hurt like hell, and then it just went numb after that, and I didn't feel anything.
I had my entire thigh done, and it was fine. And about a fucking eye. Got my neck done. Not an eye. My whole forearm. Not a problem. That little fucking ankle piece.
That's great.
Okay. So, by The Canoe, am I the asshole for kicking a 6-year-old off of my Switch account?
Probably
All
not.
right. I chuckled too, T. This is going to be a very interesting story. A couple of months ago, my mom bought a Nintendo Switch to play at her place. To be nice, I logged my account into her Switch so she can play the games I have purchased. I buy all of my games online because I don't have the room to keep physical copies of games. This means she has a huge selection of games to choose from. Tonight, my partner, 26F, and I, 25M, are sitting at home playing Mario Kart 8 on my Nintendo Switch. My existing Joy-Cons had really bad thumbstick drift, so I decided to buy a new pair this morning. All we've been wanting to do since we got home is jump on and play with my new controllers. We have been playing for a while when all of a sudden an error message comes up on the screen reading, "Someone else is playing on your Switch online account, so you cannot access this content. Please content," and then please content tells her whatever. Naturally, I thought to myself, oh, my mom must be trying to play on her Switch. I'll just text her to hop off since my partner and I have been looking forward to playing all night. Then she sent me a text saying that her and her friend are having a few drinks and her friend's 6-year-old child wanted to play. I said to her that my partner and I have been looking forward to playing with my Switch all day, so if she could hop off while we were playing. She then immediately started an argument, making me feel bad for kicking the kid off the Switch. They wanted to distract him while they had their fun drinking. I explained to my mom that there was plenty of other ways to distract the child, like putting on a movie. My partner and I really wanted to play, and the child kept kicking us off on the Switch account. I then jumped into my account and logged my account off their Switch so that I could play my games in peace. Since I logged them out, there was nothing they could play as to log back into my Switch. They would have to have my phone for 2-factor identification. This started World War III, with my mom's neighbor even getting involved by sending a text message to me asking me to hop off so that her kid could be distracted while they were having fun. Am I an asshole for kicking the kid off my Switch account that I paid for so my partner and I could play them?
No.
It's not my job to babysit your friends' children with my shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
I thought that was a very funny story.
That's funny.
See, when it comes to like sharing accounts, I share with my PlayStation account with my boy in Brooklyn. If he wants to play on my account, he'll let me know. But if I need to get on, he's okay to get off. I don't care if a child's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18, 21. Get off my account.
80. Get off my console.
I've been waiting so long to play. No, as adults, we hardly get enough time to play because we have to adult in life. I get this small moment. Nah, get off. Get off.
Also, maybe don't bring your child around to drink if you're not going to hang out or supervise them.
Mm-hmm. Or find another babysitter.
Yeah.
But other people
I think
are
6 is
for.
a little young for that.
Okay.
Leave if any of my friends left their kids with me, I'd fill them with sugar and give them back. That's actually not a thing. Kids are just amped because they're just amped.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like they're having a good time. It has nothing to fucking do with sugar at all.
I grew up with the same like thought process, like they're gonna give too much sugar or whatever.
Yes, come here, baby. Come tell them what you love about kids and sugar.
Oh, it's not what I love about kids and sugar. They did a study and they concluded that sugar actually does not make children more hyper.
Yep.
It's just that usually in situations where kids eat a lot of sugar, they would have been hyper anyways because it's a party with a lot of friends and they're doing stuff. The sugar actually doesn't affect how hyper
Halloween,
the kid is.
etc. They're just excited.
Yeah, they're just having a good fucking time. Like, let them be.
Oof. Damn. All right. By throwaway account 437, am I the asshole for wanting my husband to attend my sister's wedding? Now hold on. I've been married to my husband Ford for almost a year. 6 to 7 years ago, Ford's family went through a major tragedy before we started dating, in which he lost 5 family/extended family members. He's pretty sensitive about it and usually spends time that day reflecting and visits his mom. I'm very close to my sister. She's getting married later this year and I'm the maid of honor. Her wedding date, however, falls on this tragedy date. Ford is absolutely refusing to attend. I've tried to explain it to him, but he doesn't want to hear it and said I was being selfish expecting him to go. I replied, this is his sister-in-law's wedding, and everyone's going to ask where my husband is. He's not willing to compromise, and he's the one acting selfishly here. Am I the asshole?
No. One day. It's a wedding. 3 hours. You can go spend time with your mom.
I was gonna say you could go before or after. You could go the day before or after. Like, but she's only getting married that one time. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So
hopefully.
No.
Grieve later, man. Suck it up.
If you can get married as many fucking times as you want. I'm not gonna judge you. I just mean like hopefully it works out that like she only has to do that expense and issue and whole shebang one time.
Yep.
If that is what makes her happy. If she wants to do it 8 times, fucking go ham, bitch. I don't give a shit. It doesn't hurt me.
Whatever makes you happy.
He definitely
I'm right, Cheryl Crow. Can't be that bad.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I found a post called "Am I the asshole for complimenting a group of female students on their work?" The post was removed by Reddit. Yeah, I can't imagine what it said. Hold on, let me look at the comments and see what they if anything.
What was the title again?
Am I the asshole for complimenting a group of female students on their work?
I bet he was older.
No.
By work, do you mean their asses, or were you at the gym?
Yeah, that like my whole thing is, I wish they didn't get rid of that post because is he complimenting on their? This is school, correct?
Yeah, it's school.
Work.
It says project. Yeah.
So if he's complimenting on the project, that shouldn't make him an a-hole. But
it depends on what his compliment was.
Yeah, if he compliments on other things that's not pertaining to work, then yeah.
I didn't think projects could be so good. You guys are too hot to be smart.
I'm honestly not sure.
You can't be hot and smart. That's not how it works, April.
I
I could-
know.
There's a
God.
scale. The hotter the girl is, the dumber she is. That's the rule. Barney taught us this. Come on. Barney Stinson, not the dinosaur. So.
I know. I
Yeah,
remember.
Barney the dinosaur shows us the hot crazy scale.
The hot crazy scale. That's right.
Yeah, I know
That makes it
exactly.
awkward since he hangs out with a bunch of 6 and 7-year-olds, but that's okay.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, so we got one that's not removed by OK Boysenberry 2713. Am I the asshole for dropping my sister-in-law at a bus stop because she would not stop backseat driving? All right. My sister-in-law is from another state and lost her driver's license for reckless driving. I was driving her on some errands as a favor. She thinks that she discovered Google Maps for some reason and had it on and insisted on giving me directions the entire way. I have driven in the area hundreds of times. I did not need directions. Plus, the directions she was giving me were mostly wrong. She also commented on my driving habits, which seemed ironic since I have never had an at-fault accident and she lost her license. She became angry with me when I ignored her directions and advice, and I thought that she reached for the steering wheel a few times. In fairness, she did not actually grab the steering wheel, but it was enough to scare me. I pulled off at a park and ride, gave her my bus pass, had enough on it to get her home, and said, "Get out, take the bus number 37, and get off on stop number blank." I left her at the stop and drove home. The entire side of the family is now angry with me. My wife was a bit upset, but she calmed down after I explained. After I explained this, she knows her sister well. She thought I should have warned her before dumping her at the bus stop. I could not mute myself in time. Thank you. Her dumping at the bus stop, but thought that my sister might have eventually grabbed the steering wheel. Am I the asshole?
No.
Could you just repeat the first two, like the first sentence? I just missed the very beginning.
My sister-in-law is from another state and lost her driver's license for reckless driving.
Okay.
I was driving her on some errands as a favor. She thinks that she discovered Google Maps for some reason.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
So sister-in-law lost
I clicked
her
in at Google
license
Maps.
for being a shitty driver. She backseat drives, reaches for the steering wheel.
No, you're
and
not the
won't
asshole.
shut the fuck up.
You can
No,
fucking walk, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I would do the same thing if someone did that to me. I'm like, no.
Mhm.
Well, I don't
She
even
gave
have
you the
we don't
bus
have
pass. How
license.
fucking kind of her.
He
Yeah.
gave her.
I'd have been like, walk home, motherfucker, and left you.
Yeah, he.
Hey, I ain't
I
mad
would've
about
too.
that. Bye. You can walk. Beat your feet.
Legit.
Ugh.
Okay.
All right, you think you know what you're doing? Get out. Do it yourself. Do
This
it
is,
yourself.
Ain't
You don't
driving
need
my
me.
car.
this is an odd one. Let's see if it's still here. It is. By Panic Quates. Am I the asshole for changing the name I go by at work? So I, 24 female, work in a retail store that requires name tags. I tend to get a lot of inappropriate customers,
Yeah.
and it can lead to harassment. I don't mind if someone simply shoots their shot as long as they respect me declining, but a lot of them don't. I've noticed it seems to be worse when I wear my name tag because they start using my name, and it also leads to people trying to find me on social media to continue harassing me after. So I kind of just stopped wearing it. However, we have a new manager that insists on the name tag despite me explaining I'm not comfortable wearing it. I suggested I get a different name for the tag, and he agreed and is ordering new tags for me. My thought process is that if I wear a different name, that comments won't get to me as much. At least I don't think so. And they won't be able to find me on social media. Now my coworkers are upset. They think it's ridiculous that I want to change my name tag.
Absolutely not. You're not the asshole.
And that's unfair
Mhm.
because they already know me by my given name. They also say I'm the asshole for making a big deal out of something we all have had to deal with. Most of my coworkers
You've
are also
all
women
had
and are
to
harassed
deal
too.
with it, so you know exactly what the fucking issue is.
Mhm.
We're all changing our name tags, bitches. Let's go. You want to
Of
be
course.
Megan? You want to be Ashley? You want to be Sabrina? Let's fucking boogie. No.
Man, I get the chance to change my name. I'm gonna change it to LeBron. Total 180. You will not know my name.
Okay.
Danielle
always liked
didn't wear her
Rosalie.
name tag at work for that exact reason. She didn't want people to know who she was because they were creepy about it.
No, we don't wear name tags at work.
No, fuck that.
Change
You
my
can
name
write
to
whatever you
Ruby.
want on your name tag.
No. I don't think people should have to have name tags. But at the same time, if you have a problem with an employee and they're trying to like report the person who had a problem with, they can't
Yeah,
give
it's
a
easier.
name to say that. think you could just like, yeah, it was the kid, you know, in aisle 2, and he's got brown hair or whatever kind of thing. But
I like
think
having
that
them because
that was good.
I'm nice to customer service people, and I like to address them by their name. So like when we go to Starbucks, I'm like, "Thank you, Jason, for my coffee. Have a wonderful day." Like they know my
That's true.
name, not only because it's on my cup, but because they know who I am. But I'm fair enough. But it's like I feel like it's a nice just conversation thing. Like we're in this point of the world where we all got really segregated because of technology and shit. Just be nice to people.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a fake name for work. There's nothing wrong with it. The coworkers are assholes. Fuck those guys.
Okay. All right. Next story. God damn you.
Welcome.
Tried to stifle that yawn there. It didn't work.
Don't do it. It makes it worse. Don't stifle.
All right. So by Adventures Worker 518, am I the asshole for telling my mom outrageous lies and making her look ridiculous? This is gonna
Depends on the mother.
This sounds
like a yes, but all right, explain yourself.
Oh, this is going to sound like a good one. All right, my mom refuses to believe me when I tell her I don't know something. When I still lived at home, she would ask me personal questions about my brothers or my friends. I tried to explain that I had no way of knowing what my brother, who was away at university, was doing for the weekend, or why my friend had colored her hair. It didn't matter. The questions never stopped, so I had developed a method to deal with her. It has 4 stages. Stage 1.
I'm in. Let's go.
If she asks me something I know or have the ability to Google, where did Brendan Fraser came from, as an example, then I answer her questions to the best of my ability. Stage 2. Okay. If she asks me a question that I have no possible way of knowing, I tell her clearly that I don't know. Stage 3. If she persists, I come up with a random but plausible answer. For example, when she asked me what my friend from high school, who was married to my brother's wife's sister, was doing with his old car when he bought his new one, I told her that he traded it in. Plausible. Obviously a lie, but plausible. Stage 4. When she doesn't believe the plausible story, then I go nuts. So when she said that she had spoken to my sister-in-law and he wasn't trading it in, then I come up with a random story. The car was stolen, and when the cops found it, the entire trunk was packed with coolers full of dead squirrels and elk meat. So they are full of dead squirrels and elk meat. Yeah. So they are keeping it as evidence, and that's why he's getting a new Bronco. So those are the 4 stages of what.
I mean, never mind. You're not the asshole. This is brilliant. This is exactly the kind of shit you should do.
There is a little bit more. I don't know why, but she believes the weirdest shit I come up with and passes it on as facts. This has now bitten me in the ass. My brother said that when she was over there visiting, she asked him about the squirrels and elk meat, and that made the visit weird. Everyone is mad at me for misleading my mom and for her embarrassing herself at my brother's house. I think she needs to learn that I don't know everything and that she should accept it as an answer.
I would literally have repeated the stages to her. Like, step 1, you didn't ask me a question I knew an answer to. Step 2, I told you I didn't know. Step 3, I told you we traded in. You didn't. You fact checked it. I don't know. Step 4, I came with some shit. Why are you believing this?
It's gold.
Hilarious.
It's gold. I love this one. This is awesome.
Is absolutely the kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
I'm with all that and then some.
Yeah, a lot of not the assholes in the comments here. That one.
Oh, that's super funny. I'm all in.
Am I the asshole for not helping my sister watch my nephew during a flight delay by OK Gap 4427? So, Ray, 25F, and I, 23F, grew up in New York City. Excuse me. Our parents own a vacation home. When I moved out, they decided to move there permanently. They've only been back once, so I recently decided to visit them. Mom and Ray were talking, and my plans came up. She called me and asked why I didn't tell her I was planning to go to Cali. I said it had nothing to do with her, so why would I have to tell her anything? She said it made no sense for us to do separate trips when we would just go together. I said she's acting extremely entitled to do something she had no part in, and I'm not obligated to include her in every plan I make. She says she just wants her parents to meet her son. I said he's like 5 months. I said he's like 5 months. You had plenty of time to take him if it was important. Then she cried to Ma. Ma said it was a good idea. I said if Ray cared so much, she would have planned to see them on her own. She told me she really needed this. I told Ray if she comes... Sorry, the grammar was rough there. I told Ray if she comes, she can't ask me for shit. I'm not helping with her kid, act like I'm not even there. She agreed. The day came and our connecting flight was delayed, so we had to stay the night. I was trying to fall asleep. She asked me if I was really going to sleep. I was annoyed. I said, if you leave me the fuck alone. Later, she asked me to watch the baby. I said, just hold him and go to sleep. She was scared someone would snatch him while she slept. I said she sounds fucking crazy and no one wants her kid. She said she was exhausted and had been drinking energy drinks all night, but she was crashing and tried to put him in my arms again. I said, this is exactly why you should have just stayed the fuck at home. I told you from the jump, I'm not doing shit. You already forced your way here, now you're gonna fucking figure it out. She said, seriously? I'm fucking exhausted. I can barely keep my eyes open. I said, then go to sleep, and closed my eyes. She knew what the terms were. We made it there, but later, Mom asked if she really raised me to be so cold towards my sister. She told me she had broken down and had a mental breakdown. I said I love my sister, but she should grow up and stop being so dramatic about a situation she put herself in. She said it wouldn't have hurt to help her even a little bit. I told her I didn't help her make the baby, and she would have known something could go wrong when traveling. We got back a week ago and haven't spoken to each other at all, but she texted me today how hurt she was, and she feels like I don't care about her or my nephew at all. I told her she knew that what she was getting into when she begged to come and imposed on my trip. She says she thought I would have changed my mind, and I realized we would have to sleep in the airport, and that she would have done it for me. I said, you're a kid, your responsibility. I might be willing to just apologize and shut her up if people say I'm the asshole.
Oh, at the end?
That one was, that one was a long one. That's,
I told you I wasn't going to take care of your fucking kid.
It's,
yeah.
I don't know here. I'm not too sure.
I mean, as a parent, I would certainly expect that that child be my full responsibility.
Oh, for sure.
Since, with my sibling and everything, but at the same time, she's the asshole for inserting herself into a somewhat trip that wasn't hers. And
that's what I mean, yeah. Like, you're already in a shitty
mind.
situation, now you're asking favors.
Yeah, but then the same thing, like, I can't imagine trying to sleep in an airport with a 5-month-old. I would be terrified of someone stealing my child as well, even though no one probably wants it. But still, that's a big fear that parents have with their children when they're out in public, especially in a vulnerable state.
Do you not have it in one of those? Do you not have a sashie with you?
Fuck the sashie.
What the fuck do you call those things? Those like
baby carrier?
Chest carriers that are just one piece of fabric that they sell for $3,000 these days.
Oh yeah, the baby carrier.
Yeah, most people have that, but some babies are
on you. Okay, you should have brought that, and then just sit like that. No one can pull a baby out of that. They'd have to grab it by the noodle and pull up. That's not going to work. Their necks are fragile.
They're actually really hard to get out of those things.
That's what I'm saying. So where's your baby strapper, bro? Like, you're sitting in an airport chair.
Maybe she was using a stroller instead because it's an airport. So you don't have to like walk around with heavy weight on your chest all the time.
Time to pull you had a connecting flight, and it was delayed. That means you have your luggage. Pull that shit out of your luggage and strap your baby to your chest.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying I would personally be afraid of something happening to my child in the airport, but I wouldn't expect my brother to help me with the baby after saying I'm not helping with the baby.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if they would have explained saying that the sibling that inserted themselves was like, oh, is it possible you could just watch them for like a half hour so I can at least just close my eyes real quick? Something like that. But you're automatically saying, oh, by obligation, you should watch my child so I can go ahead and get some sleep. No. If they would have stated that, oh, my sibling asked me, Can I watch them for like a half hour? Nothing too crazy. Like a half hour. Let me just rest my eyes real quick, and I'll keep an eye on them after that. But
or for a bathroom break because it's really hard to pee while wearing a baby carrier.
Yeah.
As a woman, anyways. I don't know about you guys, but yeah.
Oh no. For men, like we can't do that unless we're gonna get pee on the baby feet.
I didn't think about that part. That's funny.
Yeah, it's low.
And then the baby's face is like near the urinal and stuff, just like forever unclean. Ugh.
That's gross.
Yeah. Lovely. All right. So this is by Other Computer 7702. Am I the asshole for hating a puppy?
Hating or hitting?
Hating.
Okay,
Hating.
continue.
Not hitting.
Debatable.
I'm a preface this with I hate dogs. Can't stand them. I think they're gross. I avoid them. I do anything I can to not have them in my life. I have a 6-month-old son. Best kid in the entire world. We are at the neighborhood park, not a dog park, and all dogs are supposed to stay leashed. And my son, my wife, and I are having a picnic. It's going great. Baby's on a big blanket and having the time of his life rolling around, playing, giggling. It's a blast seeing him so happy. We are semi-near walking a path. Next thing I know, there is a pair of puppies coming right at us. They are unleashed, and their owner is just standing on the walking path looking at them running towards us. I didn't notice them until they were pretty much on our blanket. At that point, I picked up my son and yelled, "What the fuck?" to the guy. He looked appalled that I didn't enjoy the stunt his dogs had him pulled. My wife is yelling at him. I'm yelling at him. I straight up say, "I hate your dogs. Can you come get them?" His puppies are just sitting on our blanket expecting to get petted. I started walking toward the guy and I'm yelling at him to get his dogs. He starts getting mad at us. He says they are friendly and just want to play. They aren't going to hurt anyone. I tell him he just ruined our lunch. He excuses his and the dog's behavior by saying they are puppies. I don't care. I just want him and his dogs gone. I'm just cussing at him continuously. He's telling me to calm down, but I'm hot. I continue cussing and he finally grabs his 2 dogs and is like, who doesn't like puppies? He finally leaves, but he ruined our lunch. In hindsight, I may have been too aggressive with him. Am I the asshole?
Yeah,
No.
definitely aggressive. And
aggressive, yes, but not the asshole.
Yeah, you're
not
being
the
an
asshole.
No, you're being an asshole.
I don't think he's an asshole.
You're literally doing it. If you don't, okay, yes, the dogs need to be leashed. That's fine. 2, the dogs did not come up to you and steal your food. They didn't bite your children. They didn't lick you. They just sat on your blanket. Calm the fuck down. Okay?
Who just
You don't need to get up and start fucking swearing at someone in a public park because a puppy is near you, bro. Calm down. Just say, hey, my child is allergic to dogs. Do you mind calling your puppies over?
Yeah.
I agree with you that
you're an asshole for having no social skills. That's why
I agree that he was too aggressive, but you don't just let puppies who are untrained, don't know what they're going to do, loose. Because you don't know what's going to happen, and the kid is 6 months old.
That's a funny way to say that. You don't know what those puppies are going to do when they're loose.
I'm just being devil's advocate. I'm just being devil's advocate here. You don't know what they're going to do.
No, I know.
And the kid's like 6 months old.
True.
Yeah, the kid's 6 months. They can stand up. They can probably pet the puppy.
6-month-old can't stand up. What's wrong with you?
No.
No.
Sure they can.
Not normally.
Is
no.
that Superman's baby? That can 6 months?
How big is a 6-month-old? Let me look. Hang on.
Not that big.
But, I don't know, 20 pounds, maybe? Less than
I think
all of my friends had babies during COVID, so I'm trying to pick up in the middle. Okay, one's already fucking 5. I'm not.
COVID babies are different. They're another breed. That's all I know.
Either way, both my kids, I think, when they start
they can literally sit up at 6 months.
They can normally sit up at 6 months. Yes, not stand up. Standing up is right before walking at 10 months old or maybe.
Yeah, about 10 months.
Yeah.
Just before
he is. He's not,
Google history is gonna be weird today.
He's an a-hole for going off like that.
Yes, for sure, 100%.
He could have approached it a little bit different.
Yes,
or he could have handed the baby to his wife, grabbed the puppies, and took him over to the owner and be like, "Here's your dogs." He ruined that picnic by overacting and embarrassing his wife.
You ruined your own picnic.
Oh yeah.
I'll be mortified if that happened to me. I'm like, you need to calm your down. Everyone's looking at you. Not cool.
All
Not
right.
cool.
Here's one.
Yeah,
By Throst. Weird name.
Stop typing in chat. Stop typing in chat. Stop it.
Who are you talking to?
The cat. There you
Our
go.
child.
Oh, the cat's on the keyboard. Oh. That's funny, though.
There's Rude. Thank you for saying hello to everybody, but that was not polite. Okay, don't do that.
At the same time, if it was like a big giant dog, very understandable. But it's
This-
puppies.
Yeah.
This is going. This looks like a little bit of a long one.
Sorry, I was gonna say my father-in-law's puppy, who is 8 years old, is 112 pounds.
Jesus!
If that comes barreling at you, I understand how that'd ruin your fucking picnic.
Yeah. That's fair
Okay.
too.
Sorry, are they Bernie's mouth dogs? Is that what
Saint
came at you?
Bernards,
Oh,
Great
gosh.
Danes.
They didn't,
Yeah.
didn't say what type of dogs they were.
Mastiffs?
My friend had a Saint Bernard, and he was the gentlest giant, like the sweetest jelly bean
They're
ever.
very, very sweet, but they're
And
very
we
big.
when I went to visit them for their wedding, we had him we were out on the beach, and we had him off leash because he's always off leash. But someone came by, and they were like walking up on the hill, and they had a smaller dog, and Clyde got excited because he was like friend,
Of course, his name's Clyde. I
ran
love that.
toward this dog. He's Clydesdale.
Nice.
Short.
Jesus.
He's a horse.
Yeah.
So he goes barreling towards this dog to go say hello, and not only but the owner starts to panic, and then the dog is panicking, and the guy's like pulling this dog's leash, trying to get the dogs away from each other, and my friend is running full tilt as fast as she can down the beach after this dog. She's 4'5", like running. And she full-blown tackles him. The two of them go rolling through the sand. She's like, I'm sorry, he's friendly!
It doesn't help when you're tackling a dog like that, though. Make it sound like you're worried he's going to murder
for sure.
everybody.
Like, definitely, I was a little more worried about the small dog just because, like, the way he was trying to wrangle his small dog was a little, like, kind of just holding him in the air on his leash, like, a little concerning. But yeah, no, Clyde was totally fine, and he was very bummed out that he did not get to make a friend that day. And like, not even like when I like they had a bird with them, and I like had the bird in my hands and like put him like nose to nose with Clyde. I have a picture of it, and Clyde's just like, "Good." Like he's so chill.
They're very sweet.
They're big babies.
They are. But yes, I would panic if I saw a large dog running
Yes.
at me. But if it's just puppies and like smaller puppies, not like big ass puppies, I wouldn't freak out that much. I'd be like, well, if I hated dogs, it'd be different. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's overreacted.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. We have. Oh yeah, the Throst title. Am I the asshole for selling my car to a scrapper after girlfriend's mom didn't have the money to buy it from me? I'll try and keep this short. I had a car for many years, old Toyota Camry. I owned that car for 8 years. Near the end of my time with this vehicle, I had to start throwing all kinds of money at it to get fixed. It seemed like I would shell out a few $100 to get it fixed, and then next week something else would come up. Even my mechanic said he was thrilled to have the business, but if I'm bringing my car into the shop every week, then it's not a car worth owning. It was at this time that I decided to sell the car. I didn't even really need a vehicle anymore because my job had recently switched to work from home in the midst of the pandemic. I didn't even want to have that car sitting in my parking spot if I couldn't drive it or fix it. So I called one of those we buy scrap cars places. The kind where they send a flatbed to your location, take the car, and pay you a few $100 just to take the thing off your hands. I was offered $300 to have my car taken from me that day. Sorry, April, you were saying something?
Nope. Carry on. Just talking to myself.
Okay. As this was going down, my girlfriend told her mom that I was selling my car for $300. She got all hyped up and said they needed a new car for their farm, and if I was going to just get rid of it to rent it for $300, then I should just sell it to her for the $300 instead. I thought, sure, whatever. I don't care who gets the car as long as I get my $300. So I delayed the scrap car guy and told girlfriend's mom to come over and she could buy the car for $300. Girlfriend's mom came over with $100, said she could get the rest the next day. I said no deal. I started getting called a cheap prick and that I don't trust her to pay me back. I I said, can you do an e-transfer for the remaining 200? And she said she didn't have the money in her account. I said 300 for a Toyota Camry that still runs is a steal. If you don't have the money right now, I'm not going to wait for it. I'll just sell it to the scrapper and be done with it. So that's what I did. Girlfriend's mom is extremely upset that I don't trust her and I couldn't just wait a day with the car for her. I wanted that car out of my life forever that day. That's why I sold it so cheap to begin with. In my experience, when you buy a vehicle off someone for less than $500, you arrive to the meetup with the full amount. Am I the asshole?
I wouldn't say asshole, but definitely not good with people.
No.
Yeah.
You want your
No.
girlfriend's mom to parents in general to like you, and doing that if it's only gonna be one day for a car you don't even need to drive. Why not just wait the next day, and then if it rolls into a problem, call the scrapyard back up. Like, okay, it's not happening. Get them back out there. Doesn't make a difference. One day is not gonna kill anybody, and that was an asshole move for being like, no, fuck you kind of thing. So I view this asshole. I say asshole.
I agree. He could have waited the 24 hours because
Yep.
he said she was going to give it to him the next day.
Yeah, it's just a day.
Now, if it was a week, be a different ball game.
Yeah. that too.
They're all saying not the asshole.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's surprising.
Oh yeah.
Like, sure, she should have said, like, I can't pay you all of it right now. Can you hold it until tomorrow and then I can buy it for you? If she would start off that way, maybe he'd feel differently about it. But the fact that he was so adamant about getting rid of it that day seems a little immature
Mm-hmm.
and a little severe. Like he's got like planning problems or something. I don't know the word for it. My brain's like, no.
Yeah, I think they're all
Impetuous?
they're all saying and not the asshole.
Weirdo.
I forgot to listen, so I can't weigh in.
That's funny.
In my defense, Rabbit asked me for a work thing, so.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, here's one. Am I the asshole for telling my son and his fiance I won't pay for the wedding if I can't invite some family members? Throwaway account. I-54F have 3 kids. The one pertaining to the post is 26M, and we'll call him Caleb. Caleb has been with his fiance Ashley for 26F for 4 years, and they recently got engaged. I have offered to pay for their wedding with 2 stipulations. 1, they use a wedding planner. I feel this is essential due to the size of the event and the amount of money going into it.
That's fair.
2, I have 8 people I'm inviting, older relatives that I'm close with. They both agreed to a wedding planner and said they will look for one that they feel comfortable with. The issue is Ashley does not want to be able to invite anyone. Caleb knows the relatives well, but it's not super close with them, and Ashley has only met them a few times. The wedding is going to be a very large and grand affair. She comes from a very large family, and we have a very large family. We're expecting 300 to 400 guests, and I've given them a budget of $150,000.
Nah.
Fucking
You're not.
invite your gardener. Who fucking cares? Jesus.
Yeah, no. He has every right.
$150,000.
And he
Every
only
right.
wants
And it's only 8 people.
Sorry,
That's
before
nothing.
that though, they're paying for the wedding. Like my
Yeah,
mom,
yeah, the
like,
mother-
we just did this whole thing with my sister's wedding, making sure like certain people were invited that were like under my parents' guest list that needed because COVID happened, so like the weddings got downsized and like you need to make sure these people are invited. Like this is important. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
sorry.
gonna lie
My
to you.
parents were dumping that much money in my wedding, which we had a very small wedding. But if I had that big of a wedding, and my parents were like, "I'm gonna pay this," but Uncle Bob's second cousin needs to come. Fuck yeah, come on, bring it all over.
as long as Uncle Bob's second cousin isn't a pedophile, he's welcome here. I don't care.
yeah,
That works.
Yeah, weddings are very expensive. Even
not
for,
150,000. That's an insane amount of money on a wedding.
Well, it's still
That's insane.
it's still in the tens of thousands of dollars for like 200 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
depending on
At
what you do for it.
least.
Yeah.
At
If there's
least.
food and photography,
Absolutely.
most people, if you have enough money, get you and your bridal party's hair and makeup done, before and after pictures, the dress, the tuxedos for the men.
Friendly
the
reminder
venue.
that just the marriage license alone in Ontario is $166.
Yeah, they're
So
not
there's-
cheap.
Just bought theirs.
So there is a little more to this actual story, and then there are 2 edits. Caleb says he doesn't care, but it makes Ashley uncomfortable since she doesn't know them that well, and it's her.
You will never know everyone invited to your wedding. Next point.
And it's her day. Her family is saying that I am the asshole, even though they aren't willing to continue financially. I don't care about any of the other details of their wedding. Whatever they choose is fine, as long as I get the 2 things that I want. So Reddit, am I the asshole? So that was the rest of the story. So here's edit number 1. The 8 people are my aunts and uncles, the mother paying for the wedding. They helped me a lot with the kids. We don't come from money. I was in a severe car accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. With the lawsuit money I made, some investments that turned out to be very lucrative. Without their help between watching the kids and financially, I would have been up Schitt's Creek without a paddle when my kids were younger.
Fair.
That's totally valid.
So that's edit 1. Edit 2. I see a lot of people saying that she's a gold digger, but I do not agree with that. Her father is a very well-respected and sought-after criminal defense attorney in our area. Her mom runs an at-home business. Ashley is currently a surgical intern, whereas Caleb is an RN, registered nurse.
Yep.
Her parents paid for all of them to go to college, which is why they're not willing to contribute financially towards a wedding. I just got done having lunch with Caleb to talk to him about the conundrum we're in. He said that he hasn't spoken to her about what they've done for us in the past. He did not realize that it would be such a big deal for them to come and figured because of their age they would not want to come. Ashley knows the majority of the family really well because I host birthday parties for all 3 kids as well as the 4th of July barbecue every year. My aunts and uncles rarely attend the events and I throw because it's hard for them to get around. I'll update after Caleb gets back to me about their talk. That was 18 hours ago.
You're not the asshole.
No.
No,
Not even a little bit, bro.
If the girl has a problem with it, then that's her fucking thing. Not.
I don't know who these people are. You're inviting 200 people, bitch.
Actually, I think it was 300 to 400.
Sorry, you're inviting 400 people, bitch.
All they're asking for is about 1% of the people. 1%.
For sure.
Nothing wrong with that. I don't get that. I think I had 12 people at mine. It was very small.
What the fuck is this one? Okay, so I think I found a great last story for the night. It's by Hobbit Cheats. Am I the asshole for moaning? In quotes. I need to know if I'm the asshole or if this is a hill I should die on. My 34 male wife's 34F Anna always bragging about what a great baker her grandmother Edna is. She used to own an award-winning bakery. We were at my wife late Aunt Helen's wake. It was a small gathering. Edna brought along what was apparently Helen's favorite pie that Edna made. Sorry, eyes looking at the screen is getting a little...
No worries.
Ow. Alright. Edna made... It was a chocolate pie. Anna offered me a slice and I turned it down. As I am not a fan of such food, however, Anna insisted and Edna chimed in. I politely accepted a slice. Turns out Edna makes the best chocolate pie you have ever had. Ever. It's so decadent. I can see why it was Aunt Helen's favorite. I made a sound to express how delicious I found the pie to be. However, Edna just stared. I didn't
wake? Can you imagine
I didn't think much of it as we are at a wake and it's not a joyful event.
The wake is supposed to be a joyful event. The wake is the remembrance. You're having lunch. You're connecting. You're supposed to be celebrating life. That's the fucking point of the wake.
Depending on the family.
Yeah.
Family. I went to one and it was somber, black clothes. Everyone's quiet.
That's
like
not
we're in a
how
fucking
a wake
library.
is supposed to be.
I agree. I'm just saying.
I then asked my wife if it would be okay if I had tried some of the whipped cream to enjoy with the pie. She silently passed me the cream. I know I made another sound, but it was just a nice sound again to show my pleasure. Edna soon left the table and my wife followed. I assumed for grieving reasons. On the car ride home, my wife told me how I made her 94-year-old grandmother so uncomfortable as I was moaning loudly and repeatedly at the table. My wife said it was over the top and her grandmother called it vulgar.
I want to know what it sounds like now.
I told my wife I was not moaning sexually over the pie. However, she did not believe me as she said I moaned harder after she passed me the whipped cream, and I made a scene at the wake moaning sensually over chocolate pie and whipped cream while licking my lips and
Good
fingers.
fucking pie.
I'm sorry, is this a crime?
You're not an asshole.
As she was telling me this, she got a text from her brother apparently joking about the erotic pie, and it made her more pissed at me. The brother thought it was funny.
Yeah, but if someone else, like a dude, thinks that it was kind of like that vibe, maybe that's why the older woman was not happy about it, because they're a little more, grumpy about it.
I honestly don't see how I'm the asshole, or if she's just grieving and making up reasons to fight. I know I made some sounds, but they were sounds you make when something is delicious. It was a moan to express pleasure of the pie, clearly not to indicate my arousal. I was not aroused by the pie. Am I the asshole here?
But
Should
that
I
pie
just
sounds
apologize?
could be, though.
Should I just apologize?
So, I'm not gonna lie, it's making me think about the South Park episode when Randy is learning how to cook. So every time he tries to do the ingredients from the Food Network, he's like, "Oh my goodness, cream fraiche! Oh yeah, put that stuff in there. Yeah, cream fraiche.
Damn it!"
I don't remember that one, but
there's a comment here that says, "I see no problem here, assuming that the pie gave its consent."
Yeah, you were offered a slice, baby. You're Gucci.
I'm so glad that was the story that came from that title. What a beautiful.
He also even said no though at first. He was like, I don't want pie. And then they're like, half pie.
He got talked into it. He moaned.
You're like, damn, this is fucking good. You can't be mad at him for that.
Oh, that was awesome. I love that.
That's a really good compliment. If someone's like, I don't like pie in general,
and they're like
moaning over
pie?
it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Good. That's
okay.
I remember before Mary's grandmother passed,
mm-hmm.
we would go out for dinner occasionally with her, and she was 80 or 90, like late 80s. And whenever we go out to eat, I realized that because of her dementia, she forgot what she was eating while she was eating it. Because I always sat next to her at dinner, and I specifically remember her and Grandpa ordered something to split, and she was like, "Oh, do you?" And then she looked at me. She's like, "What did we order?" And I was like, "Oh, you got like this with this and this." She's like, "Oh, that sounds really good." And then she gets her food and takes a bite and goes, And I was like, Mary Jane, that's adorable. And then she kept doing it every single bite. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I was like, bro, I think your grandma forgets what she's eating while she's eating it. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah. She's like, the whole meal. And like, genuinely, it's adorable. And then, so like, as time passed, Mary would like go for dinner with them. And she's like, oh my God, grandma, the whole meal. You're right. I think she forgets what she's eating. I'm like, it's a delightful surprise to her every bite.
There you go.
Can you imagine having that joy in your life, though? Like,
yeah, right? Like, what a simple fucking pleasure.
Oh, for sure.
First bite of amazingness. Oh, that'd be glorious.
She was a delightful little lady.
So we are at time for the YouTube portion for the podcast. So,
all right,
we are going to sign off before I get through the rigmarole. Little.
You did so much better.
Okay, I gotta stop getting caught up. T, thank you so much.
You can see your ad on your stream on my computer.
Yeah, I'm watching an ad for a movie. School Spirits.
Great. I get pennies for that. But T, thank you so much for thank you so much for coming in for Off Kilter, man. It's always awesome to have you here, and I hope you join us for a future episode.
Oh, of course, no problem. As long as I can stay on the corner of Coral and Conch and say wee woo, I'm good.
Yeah, absolutely. So, a couple of things I need to say. We are at 95. We are at 95 subs for the channel at the moment. So, thank you guys for the support, and we love doing the podcast for you guys. If you guys have any topics you want us to talk about, put them in the comment section below.
Please, we're running out of ideas.
Yeah, we ran out of ideas. We ran out of ideas after episode 5. I
That's
don't
not
know how
true.
we kept
I
going.
still Google ideas.
I love it. Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. Audio listeners out there, if you guys want to listen to this on Spotify, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, Audible, iHeartRadio, I will put in the link tree description in the thing below as well, and in the description for the audio podcast as well, so you guys can find other places to listen to. Am I missing anything? All right. That's a good sign. So, ladies and gentlemen, guys, thank you guys so much for watching / listening. We will see you guys in 2 weeks, which is on June 1st.
Ooh.
I know.
Wait.
Sorry, not June.
First?
April 1st. Oh, April 1st. Will we
Worst
see
day ever.
April 1st.
Can we just not actually stream that day? Can
April
we post that we're streaming and just fucking not stream?
I mean, that would be a great April Fool's Day joke. But guys,
That would save us a lot of time.
Oh, for sure. We
That'll
will
be a
see you
perfect
guys
setup.
on April fucking Fools. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you
No.
next time.
I will not.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Not. You won't see me. No. Bye. An April Fool's Day. I hate
I
that.
can't believe it landed on
Ever.
April Fool's Day. That's so
Worst.
good.